future. Nicknamed the Mexican, he's looking for an easier night after a real run of wars. Back to Mark Burdiss.
Our next bout this evening is an 8 3-minute rounds international contest. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 7 wins, 9 losses with 6 KOs, weighing in at 8 stone, 4 pounds, 6 ounces. And tonight he wears the black and white shorts. Please welcome from Kladno in the Czech Republic, Patrik Bartos. And across the ring in the blue corner, with an unbeaten record of 16 wins with 10 KOs to his name, weighing in 9 stone 1, and tonight he wears the white and gold shorts. Please welcome the Commonwealth champion from Belfast. He's the Mexican, Jamie Conlan. Your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Martin Williams of Cardiff, who will now give his final instructions to both the boxers.
Guys, you're both professionals, you know the rules of boxing. I want a nice clean contest. When I tell you to break, you both step back, defend yourselves at all times. Any questions? Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8 3-minute rounds.
Well, I can think of a couple of fights that Jamie Conlan's had. Junior Granados, remember that in last year, and then earlier this year against Anthony Nelson, 2 of the most thrilling fights you would ever see anywhere.
Well, that Nelson fight was already, it's got to be fight of the year. I know it happened in April, but I can't see a better fight than that in the British ring this year. It was just something special.
Well, down twice, wasn't he, and got up to win it. Jamie Conlan, who's got the WBO top 10 ranking. In theory, he could be heading towards a world title. And Patrik Bartos here, well, he's fought in Britain on 6 previous occasions, but he's never won.
No, you don't, already by the first look I've seen of Bartos, I don't expect a win for him tonight either.
Stopped by Wally Din, Sam Cantwell, Lewis Norman. I'd be very surprised if it's not another stoppage win here for Jamie Conlan, who's undefeated in his 16 fights.
You mentioned Cantwell and Norman there. I was fighting when their fathers were fighting.
That's when you start. that's when you start to feel a little bit old, isn't it?
Well, I feel old. Imagine how you feel, John.
Ancient. Hey, I can remember when Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank were young prospects. Conlan still at super flyweight. I wonder whether he might go looking at bantamweight at some stage.
He's huge for the weight, isn't he?
He's a big lad,
not just tall, but quite a big thick set as well for the weight.
His brother a talent as well.
Off the Olympics now, isn't he?
He is.
And their dad's the coach as well, so...
I'm very much hoping that the Irish hoping that he's going to come back with a gold medal. He's got a good man to beat though, hasn't he?
Well, all I know is that he's number 1, he's world champion number 1, so I think he goes there as maybe one of the favourites, if not the favourite.
No doubt he'll be looking to forge a career as a professional at some stage in the future.
Nice patient start here from Jamie for a change. I spoke to him earlier and I just said, please, no more fight of the year candidates tonight.
Well, Paul Butler says that he's having fights of the year fights against people who he should really be coping with a lot more comfortably than he does. Is that a fair comment?
Well, on paper maybe, but I think Anthony Nelson proved to be a better fighter than what anyone gave him credit for, and maybe he causes problems with other people. I think Anthony Nelson's a good fighter. I think the Granados fight was one we were more shocked at, if anything, because he literally, in many ways, you could argue that the referee saved Conlan there from a defeat. But he showed resolve, which you can train for. He showed things you can't train for, on the brink of defeat, to gather your thoughts and gather the strength to come back and win. And that's what Conlan's already proved a few times, that he has that steel in him when he's in a dogfight, and that he can prevail.
Derry Matthews working as the assistant in that corner. Liverpudlian trainer Danny Vaughan Senior. Great accent today. No mistaking where he comes from.
Brilliant.
Was that little whimper? Is that the Cardiff version of Scouse?
It's not too dissimilar, John.
Conlan looking for some bigger shots now.
Oh, good right hand there.
Finding one, and right on cue, goes down for the first time.
It was a good shot from Conlan, but it wasn't that heavy. I think Bartos there looking for the floor.
He don't want to know. I think he's indicating that his ear has been. Oh no, he's allowing it to continue. I thought the wave was that he'd stopped him. I think he will be stopping him fairly soon. Second time down, and I'm afraid to say that Patrik Bartos is being outclassed here. And this time he has stopped it, having indicated that he stopped it previously. Wasn't just me, I promise you. He did wave it off and then allowed him to continue, and the smile says it all. The Mexican's got another win.
It was always going to be an easy fight for Conlan, but if anyone deserves an easy fight, it's Jamie Conlan. Let's be honest. I think if it was someone else having this fight, we'd be complaining about the quality of opposition and blah blah blah. But he deserves it. He's had some hard fights lately, and an easy win is not always a bad thing sometimes for a fighter. But it doesn't pose any questions or answer any questions about a potential fight with anyone like Paul Butler who would win. That was pretty much a gimme for Conlan, and a keep busy fight for hopefully a bigger fight in next time he's out.
Massively popular on the other side of the Irish Sea, of course, is Jamie Conlan, and doing what was necessary. Once he put his foot on the accelerator, there was no doubting, and the end, when it came, the referee